Good morning, everybody. I'm Dan Cronin, Fat Ball Guy Racing, Keeneland Dan. Now, we've got Who's Your Single tonight at Turfway Park. Hope you had a good Christmas. I go to the second race, and I know everybody's going to single the one, Straight Maiden, Wesley Ward, but I can't single horses on the rail. I mean, anybody that's followed me knows that. I do not single horses on the rail going 6.5 furlongs at Turfway Park. Maybe at a different track where the inside was a little bit better, but I just can't do it. So he's going to be 1 to 5, 2 to 5. He could probably win, probably will win, but I think I'd rather go the 7, and you're going to get somewhere in the 5 to 7 to 1 area. One start horse from Indiana showed speed, gets a really bad rider off, an okay rider on, not the greatest rider, but the trainer's capable. The post position's perfect. If the one is just not that much better than everybody else, that number on the 7 puts him on the wire. So I'd rather single the 7, take the 5 to 1 shot, be aggressive, and go from there. The other possible single in the early pick five is the 2 horse in the fourth race. Now, he's chalk. He's going from a sprint to a route. He's dropping from 75 to 5. That race was solid for a horse that doesn't want to sprint. So, now he routes. She is going to run that 56 to 60 something number. Is there anybody in there that could upset her? Yeah, I mean, it's not a 3 life race. The 7's the only other horse. So maybe you just take them both. It's hard to take both and take both, but I'm going to spread in the first race, single to 7 in the second, spread like mad in the third race, maybe even hit the all button. I'm only taking 2 and 7 in the fourth, and then we'll take a few of them in the fifth. We do have to adjust the fifth now that we know the 13 and 14 are out. That's a big, big deal in that race. One thing I noticed tonight is there's a lot of horses on the rail that are 8 to 5, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, sprinting, going 6, 6.5. That is not where you want to be. This is the kind of night that I like to attack because I'm hoping to beat these horses. And if I do, I'm going to get paid. I don't like the 1 much at all in the fifth race. I mean, if he beats me. I'm not using him in the pick fives, but he's going to be somewhere in that 5 to 2 area. So, you got to have some nerve to not take him. But I'm gonna take the outside horses. I'm gonna go like 7, 8, 9, 11, somewhere in there. Maybe add the 4 in there for Ian Hardy for the Godolphin firster. So I'm gonna take a few of them. I might even add the 2, but that kind of defeats the purpose of not taking the inside. But I'd rather have the 2 than the 1, 10 to 1 instead of 8 to 5. So I'm going to spread a little bit in the fifth. I'm going to spread a little bit in the sixth. Now, here's the decision that we got to make in the seventh race. The Cox firster. What are we going to do with this horse? Godolphin, Concepcion. We got the shortstop on. Nyquist, Philly. Cox is seven for 15 on the meet. I mean, I don't. I mean, it's in the middle of the pick five. It ain't like we can watch the board. So you either got to just say to hell with it. I'm singling her and being done with it. It's Brad Cox, or you take a few of them in there. I'm more inclined to do that. Take a few of them in there, especially going long. I just have a hard time not using the 8. Rosalie May got beat a neck, came back, run a solid race, 59, 64, 6, right in those 60 area buyer numbers. It's hard for me to just take a first time starter and just not going long. I mean, it's just tough for me to do. I'd rather just say that, you know what, I'm going to try to get to the last race. And if I can get to the last race, I'll be happy. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to get to the last race, and then I'm going to go ahead and single who I think is probably the most logical single of the late pick five for sure, and that's the 9, Makita for Greg Foley. Got tactical speed coming in from Churchill, has had a couple decent races, those 60, 50 type numbers and there's just not a whole lot in here. I mean, maybe the 12 can win from the parking lot, but that's just a terrible post at this distance. Hell, I'm not even really too wild about the 9 hole, but we got tactical speed. We're on a big drop in class. I think the nine's gonna break, gonna sit second or third with Sadia, and it's gonna be up to her from there. But Makita 3-1 in the ninth. That's my pick five in the late pick five. Good luck to everybody. Don't fall off.